Welcome back, guys, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Spun's 82 K5 Blazer by Red. Now, you guys may be going, what? You may be scratching your head at that initial statement, but basically, this is Red's recreation of Spun's real-life K5 Blazer off-road build, and you guys may know Spun's name back from the MudRunner modding days. However, he has since retired from mod creation, but he is still building this rig in real life, and as he makes upgrades and improvements to it, Red plans to add those to this version in the game. Now, of course, I will leave a link in the description box down below to where you can find this truck on mod.io, and without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the customization, and of course, we've also come to a trail riding / rock crawling map to really put it through its paces and see what it can do. So let's go into the customization, and first off, we find a 454 big block V8, a automatic gearbox or a manual buzz-tuned gearbox meant for a shifter setup, but to be honest, I would probably recommend sticking with this if you're on a controller. Now, it does say this is meant to work for a steering wheel and shifter setup, but it shouldn't matter. So at the end of the day, you could go with this if you wanted to, but at the same time, I would probably, for most players, I would recommend going with this. And then as far as suspension goes, you have one option, and it's called damage. Now, I'm not sure if he plans to add another one later on down the road as no damage, and I'm not sure if, that may be why he calls this one damage and the other one no damage, but it hasn't been added yet. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. Now, tires-wise, we have 37s, and we have a pretty good selection of 37s. We have Boggers, KM2s, let's see, cut TSLs, we have Baja Claws, we have Pit Bulls, and we have Trepadors as well as IROCs. I'm probably going to end up going with the Pit Bulls on this version of the build. And then as far as the winch goes, we have Autonomous Scout Extended, and we're just going to leave it with that. We're going to stick with that. And then diff lock-wise, that's it. I mean, you get one option. So Snorkel, we're going to go ahead and probably throw, well, I'm not sure if I like where those are, but that's fine. Not going to worry about that. That's probably something that needs to be updated. And then, of course, we have the CB antenna, and we also have a selection of tools in the back. And since we have the dev tools on right now, we're not going to run the repair tools, but that's just one of those things that I'm not really going to worry about too much. And then miscellaneous-wise, visuals-wise, we have the black grill, and you have a chrome grill that you can swap to if you so desire. Now, the IX family pack, I'm going to go ahead and throw the TC card up there, TC and Fiends. And then, let's see, front bumper-wise, we have bumper with light bar or bumper with winch. I'm going to go with the bumper with winch. And then wheels, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to say I actually like the second choice. Really, 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 really nice. Really nice selection there. Now, as far as the color goes, I'll probably end up going with, whoa, is it supposed to do that? Now, just to clarify, I have uninstalled and reinstalled the mod just to see if I could get that colors issue to go away, but it seems as though it's still there, and I'm sure it's just a textures glitch that he'll update later on down the line. However, it does look really, really good in white, thankfully, so that's what we're going to end up running it in. Now, let's just see real quick if there is... Hey, we can throw Beans on the dash. Oh, God, never mind. Beans is, way out on the hood somewhere. It's fine. It's a work in progress. So now... let's get this thing out on the trails and see what it's like to drive. Sounds really good. Let me go ahead and get rid of the dev tools real quick. Let's see about that interior. I just realized that that card is hanging out in space somewhere. Oh, that's great. Okay. There are, like I said before, certain things that may need to be adjusted. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and now we should be ready to drive. So we're going to go ahead and go straight to the rock trails, but before we do that, let's take it to the flex ramp and see how it does over there. Dude, already driving this thing really brings me back to MudRunner. It really, really does. All right, let's see how you do up here. Come on. It should flex out really, really well. Oh, wow. Dude, that's amazing. That's sick. That looks so good. And not only does it look really good, it's really realistic as well. Really realistically represented here. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to some proper rock crawling. It's got some torque, too. I mean, it'll actually spin the rear tires if you take off and bump the clutch. All right, straight into some deep ruts right here. We may need the lockers in a minute, but we'll see. It hasn't needed them yet. God, I haven't even bumped the clutch at all, and it wants to go. I mean, it wants to just keep itself in second. I mean, it's pretty fast, actually, for what it is. Easy. Even in first gear, it's not too shabby at all. All right, we've found some rocks. Let's get the lockers engaged and see how it does on a climb. Now, this climb is tricky. You have to make sure you pick your lines carefully. Now, I am not known for always picking the most careful lines, so we'll see how we do out here. Easy. Okay, it seems to not be a... Well, I was going to say it seems to not be a fan of that, but it was a little bit more of a fan after we adjusted our position a little bit. The nice thing is the fact that the approach and departure angles are awesome on this thing, and you really do get those realistic trail riding, realistic rock crawling vibes when you drive it, for sure. If you're someone that really enjoys that slower paced but really deliberate style of rock crawling, you're going to love driving this thing. Absolutely love it. See if I can hang to the inside a little bit. Did I turn in too late? Dragging my axle. Ooh, that's really close. That would definitely be something I would classify as a sketch line. Alright, how do we want to attack this? Let's make our way up to the left, and then maybe cut back to the right? Ooh, it didn't like that. Maybe straight up this right side. Come on. Stay committed to the line. There it is. I gotta give it to these tires. They are super grippy on the rocks. They are amazingly well-tuned for the rock traction. Amazingly well-tuned. What am I hitting? Oh God. I have buried that side of my bumper and grill. Let's try to not do that. Yeah, if it hits the tire, I'm not really bothered about it, but if it hits the freaking grill, I'd rather it not. I mean, I know that it's gonna happen, but still. It's one of those things you'd just rather avoid. It's a little bit of a sketch line, but I think I might be able to recover something out of it. Nope. Never mind. All right, throw it in low plus. There you go. Big wheel lift eventually came back down, but I think we'll be okay. Now, I've put myself in a very precarious position, and I'm sure this is not the right line, but it's fine. We're going for a little bit of exploring here. Don't worry about it. Back it up. Just trying to kind of get myself a little bit better centered on the trail. There it is. I also have not had to winch yet, which is amazing for me on this climb because usually I have to. And considering the fact that the last thing I came up here with was on like 44s and this is only on 37s, this is doing an amazing job. There it goes. Dude, there it goes. Yo, that is so good. That was awesome. Now, there is a rock there that I can kind of ease myself onto. Bounce your way out of the rocks. Not bad. Yo, this thing just did that entire climb, and it did it so well. It did it so incredibly well. God, I love the way this thing drives. Don't even need the lockers anymore, really. Well, I would kind of like to have them. I didn't mean to connect that winch there. I just wanted to hit LB and Y to put the lockers on, but, you know, it's fine. It happens from time to time. Now, in the mud, it's also not bad either. I will say it's not a mud truck. It's not going to be designed, obviously, for maps like West Georgia Mud Park. And if that's your thing, if that's what you play the game for, I would recommend looking elsewhere for rigs. But if you are, like I said, if you are somebody that really enjoys realistic trail riding and rock crawling, this is an absolute must-have for you. Now, I would recommend taking it also to TNB Trails. I mean, this map is a great map to use it on, but at the same time, now this is Rocky Mountain Off-Road Park, just to clarify. But if you want a map that really kind of encompasses everything that this thing would really love to do, TNB Trails would be a great place to take it. And it would actually be really fun to see how it would do alongside Red's Top Truck Challenge Bronco. These are some slightly more gnarly obstacles, but I gotta say, the center of gravity is also tuned very, very well, and so it does a good job of allowing you to flex it out and allowing you to sort of dangle the rig over the edge of an obstacle, but it doesn't really want to roll over all the time, which is super convenient. God, this is like a deep, rocky trench. I've never actually been through here before. This is super gnarly. I think the way to go here is actually going to be to the left, because that way we won't get hung up on the log, because we can come down onto the other log. Smart. Alright, easy. Oh, not smart. Small brain. Okay. Let's not do it that way again. Let me make my way up towards this edge. I didn't think it was going to be the best to go around the same side that I did the last set of logs as well, but I guess that's the right strategy. Now, once again, I definitely recommend giving this thing a try, and also giving Red your own feedback throughout the process, because obviously this mod is a work in progress, but it's available to the public to try ahead of time, and also to give their own feedback on. And if you have any feedback on how this thing drives, or any glitches that you find with it, just leave them in Red's comments on mod.io, so he can figure out some potential fixes. Now, I'm going to break trail for a moment and go up here on top of these rocks if I can. Let's see. Oh, this would be a super good view if I can. Maybe not. Maybe sketchy. Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't want me to do that. Okay, that's fair. I'll go up from the top. I figured I might be able to, considering all of the traction that this thing had from before, but it's all right. There we go. Now I just gotta back it up. I mean, obviously it's not the world's greatest turning radius, but you don't buy a K5 Blazer, or sorry, build a K5 Blazer with 37s and lockers to get a good turning radius. That's not at all why you build one of these things. But if you guys enjoyed this video, and of course enjoyed this truck, let me know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and of course, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.